Life Audio.
Thank you for listening to Your Daily Bible Verse, the podcast that examines one verse each day to learn more about God and His will for our lives. I'm your host, Kyle Norman. After a brief message from one of our sponsors, we will continue with today's verse.
Did you know Gen Z and millennials are leading the resurgence in church attendance? New research from Glue and Barna shows that they're now attending church more often than older generations. That's a historic shift. And behind this discovery is Glue, spelled Gloo. Glue has a mission to serve those who serve, pastors, leaders, publishers, and more. And they do it by connecting the faith ecosystem with the latest research, technology, and values-aligned AI. That's high-tech for a higher purpose. See the research yourself. Just text the word JOIN to 46816. Again, that's JOIN to 46816.
From director Sean McNamara comes Soul on Fire, based on a true story.
They said you had no chance, but here you are.
Starring Joel Courtney, John Corbett, Stephanie Shostak, Macy McLean, with Devon Franklin and William H. Macy.
If you focus exactly on loving the life that you're living right now, and not the life that you think you could have had or should have had, that's the whole deal right there.
Soul on Fire, rated PG, parental guidance suggested. Now playing. For tickets, go to soulonfiremovie.com.
Soul on Fire.
Today's verse can be found in 1Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. It is through this craving that some have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many pangs. Love is a strange word in the English language. Some might say it is so overused that it becomes stripped of meaning. We say that we love our friends or our family. We fall in love with our spouse. But we also say that we love pasta or a hit television show. We love going on roller coasters, whereas we don't love itchy sweaters. So what does love actually mean? The basic understanding of love is building our life around something. More than just positive affection, love means that we pursue something with every ounce of energy and intention in our lives. We follow that which we love. This is why Paul wrote that the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. To follow the way of money is to walk towards evil. Now, this verse so often gets misquoted as to say that money is the root of all evil. But let's be clear. Money is value neutral. It is a tool at our disposal. The point isn't about having money versus not having money. Paul isn't slagging on the rich in any way. When Paul talks about the love of money as the root of all evil, he is talking about the exaltation of money. If we see money as the source of our life or our happiness, then we've wandered from the faith. To follow after money is to raise it to a status that rivals God. Oscar Wilde, the Irish playwright and poet, once wrote, "When I was young, I thought money was the most important thing. Now that I'm old, I know it is." Let's be honest. The world runs on that type of ethic. The world around us places ultimate importance and value on wealth. The more you have, the better you are. And some might even say the more blessed you are. In fact, there were people in Paul's day who advocated for this. These were the professional philosophers, the prophets, or the super apostles of the day. Think of them as the TV evangelists of the ancient world. And because they garnered a large following, people often thought, well, they must be righteous and blessed by God. But underneath it all was not a heart of dedication to God or the work of the kingdom. There was no worship of Jesus in their message. Their eyes were turned in upon themselves. They only cared about worldly riches, and it was that, not the gospel, that they pursued. Can we really follow Jesus if our eyes are set upon establishing our own kingdom? Can we follow Jesus if we are too busy following the ways of this world? Paul makes no bones about it. At the heart of a clamor for riches is the profound sense of discontent. To chase after things in this world to bolster our worldly status, believing that when we've arrived at a certain financial position or social influence, then we've made it, then we're loved. To do that, Paul says, is to naturally take our eyes off of Jesus. And when we take our eyes off of Jesus, we wander from the faith. We find ourselves in all kinds of idolatry or bondage or any type of devilish trap. So Paul points us to a different way of life. Instead of dollars and cents, fame and fortune, we pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, endurance, and gentleness. Instead of aggressively chasing after prizes to claim for ourselves, we actively look for ways to give of ourselves. Instead of seeing the resources we have as things to speak about how blessed we are, we see them as tools to bless others. We give of ourselves because we follow one who gave of himself. God is not concerned with the exterior baubles of our life. Our spiritual content is not based on what we have or what we earn for ourselves. It is based on who we are in Christ Jesus. And when we chase after greatness in the eyes of the world, we fail to acknowledge the power of God all around us. God is not waiting for you to be more than you are. God doesn't withhold God's blessings upon you until you arrive at some future success. We should never think that the Spirit can't use us because we haven't obtained some level of world status. God works through the foolish and the weak, and the God that we follow is one whose power in us can do more than we ask or imagine. And so Paul reminds us, flee from the exaltation of fame. Flee from the pursuit of vain riches. Stop conflating our spiritual life with worldly success. Instead, turn your eyes toward Jesus. Lift him up. Instead of following money, Paul says, follow the Master.
At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than money. It's a way to support the people, causes, and community you love. Because helping you put your faith into action is at the heart of what we do. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.